Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Bit of a spontaneous video, but this just has to be made. Battlefield has always had a pretty neutral approach to skins, up until recently. Some games, such as Battlefield 5, had some pretty controversial things, such as the elite characters you could select, but it still wasn't completely over the top, like the things we see in Call of Duty. There was a recent clip of Call of Duty that inspired this entire video because of just how ridiculous the skins are getting in the game. And I'm making this video because Battlefield 6 needs to avoid this at all costs. So in this video, I'm going to lay out exactly how Battlefield 6 should approach skins in the game, because believe it or not, it does actually make a very large visual impact during gameplay, and it can ruin the entire vibe of the game, as many people pointed out. So if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come by a stream. First link in the description. I stream every single day. Here is the clip that inspired this video. It's a clip of Call of Duty, believe it or not, and it is a Ninja Turtle assassinating a Terminator with Beavis, who kicks him twice in the balls and he dies. I actually couldn't believe this was Call of Duty at first. In fact, if you took away all identifying factors telling me this was Call of Duty, I would have guessed this was probably like a Gary's Mod server. Maybe this is like Trouble in Terrorist Town and they updated the game to where you can assassinate people in funny ways. But no, this is actually just how pathetic Call of Duty is. And the caption of this tweet was something along the lines of like, what is Call of Duty even about anymore? Which is extremely spot on. And while I was watching this clip of Call of Duty, it hit me and I thought to myself, if they push stuff like this in Battlefield 6, it's frickin' over, man. We all know EA is extremely greedy. We all know they're gonna push skins and bundles super heavily. That is what games are doing nowadays. That is one of the biggest ways they make money. So before I start going over how I would actually implement skins into Battlefield 6, I just want to address one point. Some people are just gonna say, don't put skins in the game. Believe it or not, I actually see people say this under some YouTube videos and on Reddit. Not surprising on Reddit, no one has any brain cells there. But newsflash, guys, we don't live in the year like 2002. These developers, EA, are going to put skins in the game. It is literally unavoidable. So the best thing we can hope for is a great implementation of these said skin products. And I think it is extremely simple. The Battlefield community doesn't want skins that are ridiculous. They don't want Santa Claus Boris like we saw in Battlefield 2042. They don't want anything that sort of disrupts the look or the image of the game. The Battlefield community wants something that fits the theme and the feel of the game within reason. And I think I have the absolutely perfect solution. I think all you really need to do in Battlefield 6 is take some old existing cosmetics from Battlefield Bad Company 2, BF3, Battlefield 4, and maybe even Hardline, give them a modern facelift, and put them in the game. What do I mean by this? Well, you could just have skin bundles from like different Battlefield games. So for instance, take a look at this image of Bad Company 2, different class cosmetics. So you could have the BC2 Assault, Engineer, Medic, and Recon. And then of course you could have the different faction variations of these. Here's another look at some of the cosmetics or just some of the ways the BC2 classes looked. You could lift a lot of this stuff, remodel it, give it a facelift, and simply put it in the game as cosmetics. You could do the exact same thing with Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Let's take a look at these different character variations for Support Engineer, Recon, and Assault. The Recon with its famous sort of bandana, I don't really know what you want to call that, face cover hood thing, that of course was made super famous with Battlefield Friends, and the Recon character in that series. Then, of course, we have the different faction variations of Battlefield 3, the Russians, and just the different color schemes. You guys understand where I'm going at this point. I think all Battlefield have to do in order to satisfy their community with skins is pull from their own history of the way their own characters looked. It's recognizable. I think people would really welcome this. One important thing that I want to touch when it comes to cosmetics is I think the Battlefield community is really adamant about there being class identity and about you being able to actually identify what class you're looking at based off of, maybe some weapons they have or the gadgets on their back or even the cosmetics. So I don't think if you're going to take all of these cosmetics from previous Battlefield games, that you should be able to actually mix and match them like we saw in Battlefield 5, because of course in Battlefield 5 you could mix and match a bunch of different cosmetics on one character. You could cycle through a ton of different options to make exactly what you wanted to make. I think we just vault that completely just to avoid the potential confusion it would cause. And another thing, I think if they're planning on trying to add the BF5 Elite system, I think after 2042 Specialists, people will just look at that as like Specialists Light, or just a different way to try to stick in something they don't want. So that should also be avoided at all costs. And in terms of other cosmetics they could add in Battlefield 6, they have an unlimited range of things to pull from with modern military uniforms and equipment. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever why Battlefield 6 should have anything like these ridiculously stupid Call of Duty skins added into it. As I illustrated in this video, there are many different things you could do to completely avoid that, and I think it would be a better system. Now, briefly touching on weapon skins, because I've been talking about player cosmetics on your physical player model, weapon skins I'm more lenient on, but I would like to see them take a more Battlefield 1 approach, if you will. I personally liked Battlefield 1's weapon skins, even though it was a World War I game, just because of the amount of detail and it felt fitting for the setting. I think they could take that and put a modern twist on it and probably put some similar skins into Battlefield 6 within reason, but I think they would also have to offer very, very traditional basic weapon camos. You know, you got your DD Pats and your maybe some stripes or some other traditional military camouflage. And past that, I don't think you really have to do much else. Some people want some flashier skins. I'll allow it, but don't go too overboard. You know, this isn't Counter-Strike where we're gonna have like a float system or factory new and case openings and all this shit. So TLDR, basically just don't do anything stupid, and I think the Battlefield community will appreciate that. So let me know what you would do with the cosmetics in Battlefield 6. They are unavoidable, so we might as well have them be well implemented. Interested to read the comments on this video. If you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and swing by a stream. I stream every single day on this very YouTube channel and Twitch. All links to Twitter, Discord, Instagram are in the description. I will see you guys in the next video.
The POV, I want to see where you're at. I see you.
All right, you see, I'm coming up on this side. Maybe there's a blind spot.
He might be dead right now.
I don't know. I see people. I see people.
He's hit twice. Oh, they've got deployable cover now. You have to go up there.
Enemy fire team!
Yeah, he's shooting at me again. I got him.
I'm shooting these motherfuckers. I'm shooting these motherfuckers.
I see you. I see you.
Die! Die, you fucking scum! Die!
I got the clip. I mean, honestly, we leave now, you know.
Okay. Now that I'm at peace.
So I'm feeling pretty good on that.
Now that I'm at peace with that server, we can